Hey, what's up guys? Shawn here. Now I want to talk about something today that a lot of people talk about in the real estate world and really just in the business world in general. And it's in regards to a CRM, otherwise known as a customer relationship management system. So let's go ahead and let's do it. So everyone's always looking for the best CRM on the market, which is essentially the million-dollar question, because no one truly knows what the best CRM out there is, and there are tons. If you don't know this, there are tons and tons and tons of CRM systems that you can actually use in your business. Now, in regards to the real estate world, well, first off, you need to know that I am a lender in Arizona. So I use a particular CRM software that's great for what I use it for, and I'm going to tell you that in a little bit, but I'm going to go over the pros and cons of some great CRMs that you can use if you are involved in the real estate world or if you're just involved in the business world in general. But the problem is everyone's always looking for this million-dollar answer to this question of what's the best CRM out there. And I'll be the first to tell you that you're searching for a unicorn. It just doesn't exist. There is no definite champion of CRMs. There are so many variables that get factored into determining what your best CRM option is, because one person's different from the next, and one industry is different from the next, and one use is different from the next. And when I mean there's tons and tons of variables, I really mean it. I mean, some of the things can be, how big is your database? Are you marketing to 100 people? Are you marketing to 100,000 people? How big is your database with how many leads are in it? How big is your budget? Do you have thousands of dollars to be spending on your CRM every single month, or do you only have maybe $100 or less than $100? And another thing is, what are you using it for? I mean, are you using it to send emails, send text messages, make calls, auto dialers? I mean, there's so many things involved with the CRM, and that's why it's so hard just to find that perfect one. But I am going to be going over my personal favorite along with 5 other great CRMs if you are involved in the real estate world to actually use. They've all got some different uses, some different features on them that could be really great for you if you're searching around for the best CRM out there. Also, all the CRMs I talk about will be linked below in the description, so if you want to check them out for yourself, you definitely can. And before we get into the top 5 CRMs that I want to go over today, I'm going to be telling you about my personal CRM that I use. Again, I'm a lender in Arizona, so I use a program called Big Purple Dot. Now, you need to know that I am a very simplified person. The needs for my business right now is very simple, so for everything that Big Purple Dot can do, it's great for what I need it for. If you've ever seen Big Purple Dot before, it's a very primitive system. It's a great way for me to track all of my lead sources. Let's say I get it from my realtor referrals or from some online leads. I can basically change all the sources in there. I can run drip campaigns, whether that be email and text message, and really everything is just very clean for me. As leads work through my funnel in terms of being a lead, taking an application, I'm waiting on their documents, I got them pre-qualified, now they're out looking for homes, now they're under contract, now that they're in contract, they're in underwriting, and then final approval, and then their loan is funded, and then I'm reaching out for referrals, so I can track that process very, very seamlessly. And again, I'm going to go over this top 5 list, but it's ultimately up to you and how you utilize the CRM effectively. But okay, let's start and go over my top 5 list, starting with number 5. Property Base. Property Base takes my number 5 spot because it's absolutely phenomenal for larger organizations or those with a decent sized team. It's cool because Property Base is based on the Salesforce model, and it has some advanced functionality to manage, an intricate team of people who, let's say, don't see each other very often or who work remotely. It's a great way to keep everyone on the same page. Now, I will say this CRM is a little bit on the high end when it comes to price, but you get drips in mass email campaigning as well as, matchmaking when a lead comes in and whatnot. This CRM will actually automatically assign it to someone on your team. Again, this is a very advanced CRM for those with a large team or large office to manage. It's not necessarily the best for an individual, and it can also have a little bit of a learning curve to it, but again, this is a super powerful CRM if used correctly. Now, number 4 on my list is going to be Pipedrive. This is hands down the best CRM on my list for a visually appealing interface. I mean, it just looks gorgeous. It's very easy to set up and use and integrates very nicely with tons of other features that you have going on. I mean, you can manage your lead flow, e-signature work, whatever else you need in real estate, it can do. It's also really cheap. I mean, we're talking, 10 to 50 bucks a month, depending on your plan. And I will say Pipedrive is great for starting out and getting your feet wet with CRMs, but it is tough to scale with. There's a few limitations with Pipedrive when you're trying to scale up big time, once you're in the kind of the big leagues. But hey, cross that bridge when you get there, because overall Pipedrive looks phenomenal and can do some phenomenal things that can keep you ridiculously productive. Next up on my list, which is actually one of my favorites of all time, is LionDesk. I love LionDesk. It's a marketer's dream, which, considering my background, is what I'm all about, okay? I love LionDesk. It has some wicked cool and advanced marketing tools like video emails, and honestly, if you struggle to create marketing content at all, LionDesk is the right CRM for you. They have social media lookup features, click-to-call integrations, and even text-to-sell features. I mean, if you're looking to grow your business, then LionDesk is the best CRM for you out of this entire list. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's great for managing your current business as well, but the lead flow and lead tools that it has is hands down the best way to actually get new business in real estate. LionDesk, get new business. That's all you need to remember. Plus, it's also not that expensive at all. I mean, the only downside to LionDesk, or the biggest downside, is it'll take you some time to effectively learn how to get the most out of it, okay? But honestly, as you can tell, I'm a huge fan of LionDesk. Now, number 2 on my list, and I'd really compare this and LionDesk very similarly, just kind of depends on what you're actually looking to get out of it, but this is going to be Freshsales, okay? Again, very similar to LionDesk in terms of capabilities and in terms of where they rank on my list, but Freshsales is different to LionDesk. Freshsales is ultimately great because it is super easy to get going. I mean, it'll do the usual things like track leads, monitor progression through funnels, and ultimately engage buyers. And it's also incredibly affordable as well. They actually have a free forever plan, which is very awesome and is a reason why they rank very high on my list. But it's also very customizable for large teams and offices, or even if you just wanted to do it for yourself. It's a very A to Z program that is incredibly easy to learn, which is why it's ranked so high. The downside to it is it doesn't really feel like it's meant for real estate, even though it is. It just seems like other CRMs on my list make it feel like it's more tailored to your real estate needs. But overall, great platform, very easy to use, and can be a great starter platform for anyone out there who's not currently using a CRM. But alright, let's reach the number 1 on my list, the best, the creme de la creme. It's going to be Wise Agent. Okay, Wise Agent does it all. Honestly, it does it all. And it's actually funny, they're based in my state of Arizona, but getting back on track, they do it all. Okay, we're talking drip marketing campaigns, lead automation, team calendars, contact managers, customizable landing page. I mean, you name it, they have it. Wise Agent is the GOAT when it comes to CRMs. It's got it all. And you don't really have to break the bank to get it. It's definitely affordable. Now, I've heard a lot of agents say some really good things about Wise Agent, and it's definitely a popular choice. Only downside to Wise Agent, which is a very small downside, is its advertising capabilities is lacking a little bit, and that's really just in comparison to LionDesk. Since LionDesk is so amazing at marketing, I think that Wise Agent kind of slacks a little bit when it comes to actually getting new business. But that's a very small slack. Wise Agent is amazing. And those are going to be your top 5, or I guess 6 if you want to include the one that I use as well. Again, these are some great uses for those, let's say real estate agents, let's say lenders, let's say escrow sales agents. I mean, pretty much anyone involved in the real estate world, or really just in the business world, those 5 could be some phenomenal resources for you. But again, I can't stress it enough. I learned the hard way. It doesn't matter what your CRM is capable of, it really matters how you utilize it effectively to get the most out of it. If you're not actually using it effectively and kind of getting your money's worth out of it, then it's not really worth it. I mean, that's like saying you have a Ferrari, but you're always driving it like 40 miles an hour. You're just not utilizing its full potential. But on the flip side, you also don't want like a 1995 Camry and trying to drive it 300 miles an hour, okay? You need to find that even balance to have a lot of the features that you need, but also utilize them effectively in your specific business, because if you're not using these, again, it's useless. But I will say, if you can effectively utilize your CRM to its full potential, you're utilizing it to the best of your ability, you can be wicked productive. I actually teach a time management course for real estate professionals, whether it be, real estate agents, lenders, property management people. I mean, pretty much anyone involved in real estate. I've got a time management course for it. I'll link it down below. But we utilize a CRM in that course that can make you wicked productive. I mean, imagine doing double the business you're doing now, but spending the exact same time on it. So let's say you spend 40 hours a week, and let's say you do 20 deals a year. You could still spend 40 hours a week, but do 40 deals a year. That's how great it is when you are able to effectively manage your time and be as productive as possible. And it's really not that hard. A CRM is a big help in this. But again, a link to that course is down below. A lot of people have found some serious value in that. So it's definitely worth your while to check it out. Again, everything will be linked down below. The CRMs, time management stuff, all that stuff, check the description. But that is where I'm going to call this video for today. Hopefully you did learn something new and enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you smack that like button, and also subscribe if you're new around here. I always release some great content on this channel, whether you're interested in business, time management, YouTube, all kinds of stuff. I'm always releasing some great content on this channel, so it's definitely worth your while to hit that subscribe button. But again, I'm always here just trying to help out as best as I can. That is going to wrap it up for today, though, so I will see you in the next video.